Hi, my name is Guy Fredrickson. Today is Sunday, November 3rd, 2024, and this is a review of the work I got done on the Martinac this year. In no particular order, I'll start with the trailer. The repairs on the trailer, I started down the path of rebuilding the existing running gear. It's a surge brake system, so I bought a new master cylinder, rebuilt this assembly, new brake lines, new brake assemblies. But then I ran into a problem when I brought the hubs into a shop to have them turned. One of the 4 hubs was too badly worn to be repaired. And that's when I discovered that the hubs and the spindles were obsolete equipment and couldn't be replaced. That put me down the path of buying new axles, new hubs, new springs, new wheels and tires. So now at least the trailer is roadworthy, but I'm thinking about switching it over to an electronic brake system, but more to come on that next year. We'll see. I also replaced all the lights, and I rebuilt these arms that hold pads against the bottom of the boat. And I put this new piece of lumber down the middle of the trailer. So that's what holds the weight of the boat. So there's an external keel that I replaced this year that rests along that piece of wood down the middle of the trailer. So the supports on the sides just don't hold much weight. They just stabilize the boat from rocking back and forth. One of the bigger jobs was when I discovered that the plywood, the side panels where it attaches to the chine, that whole area had failed the length of the boat. Here's what it looked like. So it just lost all integrity. To repair that, I cut panels out of the side and then put backer boards on the inside of the boat and then replaced the side panels with new plywood. And they're all anchored with 5200 and silicon bronze wood screws. So that started above the waterline, close to the bow, and goes all the way to the transom. Here's the white oak molding that goes all the way from the bow along the chine to the transom. I got the easiest piece done up to this point. So next year I'll continue from here all the way to the transom. I cut the wood needed to replace the molding along the bow. So here are the white oak strips, 3/8 of an inch thick, 1 7/8 inch wide. There's 4 pieces. So those strips will butt up against the external keel and then wrap all the way around to the top. And then those will be held into place ultimately with carriage bolts that go from the outside to the inside. Let's take a look at the inside of the boat. Get over here to the ladder. Okay. Here's the internal keel. There's all new carriage bolts holding the external keel on. And there was another set of holes in there, I think from an old repair, and those are all filled now. The hole through the keel for the propeller shaft, this area was in pretty bad shape, a lot of rotted wood. So I repaired that, have everything soaked in epoxied in place. I found a shaft log, a bronze shaft log at 15 degrees. So I opened up this hole and bed a fiberglass tube through that hole at 15 degrees. Put an extra piece of wood on the keel back here. So this is the location of the shaft strut. This is the location for the rudder shaft. So I have all the hardware to start putting this into place, into position, and get everything aligned to accommodate the 15-degree propeller shaft. And then the engine will be in this location. Other than putting the backing boards on the inside of the boat, I didn't do any woodwork on the inside this year. This is all previous work. But everything running from front to back is permanently attached. Everything running side to side still needs to be attached. So I have frames like this that go along each of these locations. Those frames are just stacked up on the bow. So all of that will be bed in 5200 or epoxy or both. And then I'll run some carriage bolts from the bottom of the boat up through these frames to hold them in place too. Then up here, these two pieces of lumber are the stringers that will span several of those frames, and that's where the engine mounts will be, on those stringers. So the stringers and these frames have to carry the thrust to push the boat forward. Okay, that's where I am. It was a lot of work this year, but now I think pretty soon I'll switch over to the Chris Craft. Hey, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.